What if you could program every single cell in your body with the precise frequency needed to project your wildest manifestations into existence instantly? In this video, I'm going to explain to you how to utilize every single cell you have, which we allegedly got trillions of them within this vessel. I'm going to tell you how to use every single one of them to manifest anything you want. I'm going to tell you how to do it, and I'm also going to explain to you why this works, which I'm going to start with that because it will make more sense when I explain how you utilize this, if you understand what you are working with, because that's how we operate here. If we want to use the hammer, we have to know what type of tool it is. It's used to bludgeon things or to hammer things in. So cells. Let's start with the word cell. What is a cell? It's what a store does when they want to move product. They put things on a sail, as it is on a boat, which moves the boat. They put a product on sale and it sells quicker. That is what a cell is. A cell is also what's in a prison. A cell is also what allegedly makes up your body and actually forms your body. It's the building blocks of it at a molecular level. What else is a cell? It has to do with cell phones and cellular towers. We can go on with this word. It's used in so many areas. But what do all these things have in common? Which I will focus on the selling from the store first. So a store wants to sell product. What does that do for the store when it sells product? It is encapsulating some type of energy and moving it. When a prisoner gets put into a prison cell and gets locked up, what is that doing? Within the prison, is energizing it, because now you've locked this living entity into a cell and is energizing that cell with whatever they have in their mind, and it's the rest of the prison as well. In culmination with all of the cells. Same thing is what's occurring inside of you. Which, if we look at the word as molecular cells, C-E-L-L, it's C-L. It's to C-L, which L is God. Elohim, God. To see L is to see God. So you are seeing yourself. It's a reflection of yourself. That's what cells are. Cells are nothing more than a containment of energy that's going to move something. That's all it is. That's why when a store sells something, the cell of it is really the living being, because cells only have to do with living entities and energetic organisms, organic life. It's actually the living being that is creating that selling or that movement of the product, which is what the cell is at that point, because the cell is an encapsulation of energy that moves something. So with that concept in mind, what could you do with all these trillions of cells in your body if you were able to program them with exactly what you want to create? It's clearly going to come to fruition very quickly, seemingly, or instantly. It's just going to be there because it's embodied you. You've imbued it into the body, which your body is a reflection of your environment. Want to know more about that? Go to this video on the environment. It will talk about how the environment is a reflection of your body and the reverse as well. And your environment is nothing more than a reflection of your subconscious, because that's how it's created. It's a simulation from your subconscious that gets built based on the programs that you have put into your subconscious. This is what we've been talking about here in this podcast for the past moon plus. And if you're able to take that concept that your subconscious programs the simulation that you experience, which is your environment, and then your body is also a reflection of the environment. So really, your body is also being programmed by your subconscious as well, by these programs. What are you really doing when you are programming your cells to project a certain frequency into existence so that it manifests? You're programming your subconscious. That's all you're doing, because that's all of this comes back to. Anything that I have talked about on this channel up to this point is all about just reprogramming your subconscious, because that's all that you need to do. That's really what, that's the secret that's right in front of you that's hidden because it's not there. Because your subconscious, it's not there because it's a function of your mind. The conscious and the subconscious, a function. And because it's not there, many of us, it's completely disillusioned to us because we're so focused on our day-to-day life. And this is what these entities out here that are manipulative and con artists, they're literal artists of doing things to garner energy out of you through manipulative means. That's what a con artist is, because con has to do a connection. So they're really good at connecting with others, just how they're associating is for their own egotistic means instead of for nature, or you even. I don't even know what point I was getting at right now. The subconscious, and that's why the the entities out here, I was calling them con artists, are manipulative, looking to adjust you with programs, TV programs, curriculum, school programs, sporting programs, events, any type of entertainment that goes on, religion we have the government. There's many different types of programs going on, and all of these things add layers to your own programming, and depending on what you choose to focus on, because there's a large catalog of distractions for you to pay attention to, it's impossible to even know, I would say 1% of what's actually occurring out in this chaotic web that has been weaved of nonsense, so that you end up doing nothing. That is why so much energy is spent monetarily towards keeping you contained, because once you realize that all of that energy that you're allowing to be manipulated is your subconscious power that you have, and you're allowing it to be taken from you and utilized against you, is literally being turned around and utilized to keep you where you are and others, you won't stand for it anymore. You will stand. You'll stand up for yourself. You don't have to stand against anything. You'll just stand for yourself, and you will reprogram yourself. You will brainwash, literal. You will wash your brain by cleansing. You'll get hydrating fluids in your brain so that you have a high cognitive connection to your mind, and you will whitewash your subconscious and reprogram it with what you want in it. That is what you are doing essentially when you are focusing on programming yourselves. And we can absolutely do it that way. We can simply focus on ourselves to reprogram our subconscious. And how I have done this in the past, and how I would do this if I were to utilize this technique again, which is extremely powerful when you do this in this way, is get into a comfortable, quiet environment where maybe you meditate or out in nature where you're not going to be distracted, and focus all of your attention on your body, all of it. And it's best to be sitting erect in some way, up with your back straight, because this is going to allow the energy to flow properly. Which is also best to put your feet together if you're able to, not cross your legs, but it depends on your level of flexibility. Because when you do that, you're fully creating the circuit by putting your feet together and putting your hands together. So you're going to have a more profound feeling with inside of the body, because you are containing its electrical push and pull at that point, because you've connected the things that you're pushing and pulling with, your palms and these soles of your feet. So you want to get into that environment, wherever it is, that place that you can feel comfortable, and focus on your body, focus on your breath. Get very in tune with the movements of your body through breathing. Just let your mind gain attention of what your body is doing. Don't interrupt it, just let it be. And then once you are at a place that your mind is purely focused on the movements of your body and your breath, your digestion, blood flow, your heartbeat, your rhythm, your circulatory system, then you want to focus on these cells, which you got trillions of them. You only need to focus on one though, because the secret with your cells that you have to realize is it started from one cell. There's one immortal cell that actually exists inside of you, if that's how we want to see it. And that one immortal cell regenerated itself, this is light at this point, because light repeats itself. That one cell repeated itself into this vessel, or whatever organism that it ends up being at that point. But it all starts from one cell, and then it keeps repeating itself over and over and over. So the body is made up of nothing more than more of itself. It's all the same. It's just slightly different so that it appears in different ways. Nails, skin, hand. But at a molecular level, it's cells. And these cells are living organisms. They have, according to science, if we want to get to this level, they have organs inside of them. They call them organelles, which is a small organ. It's something that's small. And when we see each of these cells as a living being in us, it's a whole community. It's a community out here. Maybe you're grasping what I'm saying, because I mentioned to you how your body is a reflection of the environment. These people, these cells are they're your biggest fans. They want to do what you want to do. Except what are you telling them you want to do? Are you telling them that you want to go out to the club later, have a few drinks, end up who knows where, wake up the next day not knowing what was happening? Maybe you want to go get some fast food. Maybe you want to go watch some movies on whatever streaming service is popular right now. Is that what you're telling yourselves? Is that what you're doing? Is that where your mind is? Is your mind on the girl's ass that's to the right of you, or is it focused on your manifestation that is right here? All we need to do is focus on that one cell. And when you put focus on that one cell, wherever you want it to be, you can choose where it is. It can be in your fingertip, it could be your heart. Be whatever you want. Because the pictures that they show you of cells, that's not how they look anyways, if they exist. That's a whole nother topic. we want to focus on what we want to program it with. Just the one. And fully enhance it with that program, that manifestation that you are looking to project. Imbue it into it with light. Just see it. Just full of light. And it shines with your manifestation at the perfect frequency. It's vibrating and you can feel it. You can see the shimmer of it. And then at that moment, multiply to your whole rest of your body instantly. Your whole body just lit up. You are now a walking projection of your manifestation or sitting. You are now programming your entire vessel with what you are going to manifest, which is in essence going to program your subconscious. Because that is what you are doing. You're just using a filter, I would call it, to program your subconscious, which filters are a great way to program your subconscious, because it's, unless you have a strong grasp on what that is, it's hard to directly get in tune with it because you haven't intermingled with it in any way. How can you dance with someone that's not there? It's impossible until you become familiar with them. They don't have to physically be there, but you have to have the feeling of what it is. Because truly it doesn't exist. So how do you do that with something that doesn't exist? You have to come to a realization, a observation of what is actually occurring here, so you can realize that the subconscious is nothing more than what you have chosen to focus on, has fallen to your subconscious, as we call it, and it's just regurgitating out what you have put into it. It's really a wheel is all your subconscious is you focused on something and it's going around and it's going to come back. It's just asking, do you still want this? You still want this? You still want this? And if you click on it, if you go to it, if you like it, if you accept it, if you agree to it, you're going to get it back. Whether it's something that you actually find enjoyment in or it's something that causes you pain and suffering. A lot of people gossip all day long. I don't think that's enjoyable to them. They do it out of necessity of talking to someone and feeling uncomfortable in their own existence and having insecurities. But as long as they keep accepting that that's what they're doing, it's going to keep happening because they've programmed their subconscious to do that, because it's just a wheel. That's all it is. That's all it is. So if you want to reprogram your subconscious so that you can manifest whatever you want, you can create the life of your dreams. Whatever it may be. You want a new car. Maybe you want 50 acres of land and grow a bunch of vegetables and have a CSA and provide produce for the whole entire community. Go do it. And you can do it very quickly. Almost instantly, probably instantly, if you're able to orchestrate your mind in the correct focus and frequency to program that cell and then blast it throughout your whole entire body. And then sustain that and go back to it and revisit it to make sure that it stays, to make sure that it sustains, it takes hold. It for this video. If you have anything to add, leave a comment down below. I'd be curious how you would utilize this technique. Where would you go? What type of environment would you go in to be able to do this? I would go in nature. I'd go in a forest. Listen to the birds.